Greetings. I've just been looking at my bullet journal this afternoon, and I was doing a little checking up on my chart that I made at the beginning of January on charting out my magical housekeeping page. It's a tracker that I put in for magical housekeeping. I've showed it to you if you watched the video where I shared my control journal setup. But what it is just a place that I keep track of things like when did I last cleanse my altar? When did I last I really should have it in front of me. When should I last put protection sachets or protection talismans on the chickens, which I'm thinking that one because I just recently did that with the chicks. The same that I had done for the chickens. For the hens, we put a protection talisman on the chicks' little coop that they're in right now. So that's in my mind. But these kind of things. When did we, any new jewelry did I get, or did I cleanse tarot cards, or what kind of things did I do? Do I have fresh candles for my healing altars, etc.? I keep track of these in my bullet journal now because I want to make sure that I'm always ready for what it is that I need to do. Why is that? Why do I care? It's not because it's easy for me. It might be really easy for me to go and dig out a candle if I need a candle for to do a healing spell or something like that, or it might be easy for me to because I have a lot of cupboards. I've got a cupboard full of all kinds of herbs and things for incenses. That it would be easy for me to just go and whip something up, which sometimes I still do, but I do like to be as prepared as I can ahead of time. And it is not just so that I can do it on a last minute. It is because I like to live a magical life, living a magical life. What do I mean by living a magical life? I mean working on myself as a witch, becoming the witch that who I am, becoming the crone who I am. I did a video a while ago, a little while back, on creating a magical space when I wanted to make an altar. My husband and I were just talking about this, and he gave me a really good analogy. He said, when you create an altar space, you are creating a magical altar to do magic, but when you are doing magical housekeeping in your life, surrounding yourself with your magic, you are creating a magical life, not just a space, not just a magical space, but a magical life. And I think that's really true. I want to be the person who is proactive in my life, trying to make things happen proactively rather than as a result of. I don't want to be the person who runs and gets medicine because I'm ill, goes to the doctor because I'm sick, or because I haven't taken care of myself. I want to be the person who takes charge of my health and keeps myself healthy, right? Well, the same kind of analogy I want to say for becoming a witch, being a witch. I want to be the kind of witch who witches. We did a video a long time ago, Why Witches Don't Witch. I think it was Tequila who first made the video, I'm not sure. But I did a response to her. I remember that. And part of the reasons witches don't witch is because it's not a part of their everyday life. I know a lot of witches. I both in person and not in person through social media. And I want to say that I know a lot of witches who are witches, say they're witches, but they don't do any witchcraft. They don't do very little. They do very little. They don't do spells. They don't do healing. They don't do the things that to me is an everyday part of life. A lot of times there's excuses for that, saying, well, You know, yes, I understand that I have the luxury of having a house where I can have altars out. I can have healing altar out all the time, and I can have, you know, I can honor the god and the goddess when I want. I can work with the elements when I want to. I have things out. I have, you know, things everywhere, and I realize I have this. It's an advantage, but you know, I just was thinking about earlier. I was a smoker for a lot of years before I smoked in public. I was able to live the life of a smoker without people knowing I was smoking. Probably did, because they could probably smell it. But you know, there's a lot of, you know what I'm talking about. You know, doing it in secret, going in the bathroom, having a cigarette in the bathroom, using breath mints, using air spray, using those kind of things to cover up whatever you were doing. Witches can do the same thing. Witches have been doing that for centuries. Not, you know, doing things under wraps, not letting people see what they were doing. So it's very possible to live a life of a witch without being evident and showing it to everybody. But why do I care? Why is it even my business? The only reason I care is because I want to say to you, if you want to benefit from having the life of a witch, you need to act like a witch. You need to do the work. You need to put in the time. You need to put in the time. You know, if you want to become the kind of a witch who can do a spell, you need to do it all the time. You need to do spells all the time. Another analogy, my husband was really good at this. When we were talking about this, he mentioned if you want to be if you want to become a professional basketball player, you're going to hang out at the gym all the time. You're going to be where there's basketball. You're going to have a ball in your hand all the time as coming up before you come up to wherever you want to be in status as a basketball player. It's not just being able to play the game, but it's a way of life for you. Live the life of a basketball player. Live the life. When I first went to college, I was a voice major, and I was studying it in my back of my mind. I thought, oh, maybe someday I'll be an opera singer. Would that be nice? And I was studying classical voice. I had studied since, it was 14. I studied through college, into college, and I kind of, in my mind, thought, wouldn't that be cool if I could be a opera singer? Well, guess what? No, because when I went to college, I wasn't living the life of an opera singer. I wasn't one of the girls on my floor who were all day long singing and in the shower singing arias and all this stuff. While they were in the shower practicing their scales and doing arias, I was, in my room with the lights out smoking a joint. You see, my point is, I wasn't living the life of an opera singer. I was living the life of a college freak. So, if you want to be a witch, we got to live the life of a witch. We have to be able to do spells. We have to be, I did a video before on, I got these spell kits. I have these basic spell kits that I sell on my website. And I do use them. When I did my ritual for my chicks' protection, I did it the same way as I did for the hens, just like I showed you in the video. I did it the same way. I got a candle that was the appropriate color, and I got some incense that I thought was going to, and some oils which had the energies that I was looking for to assist my spell, right? I raised energies. I do these things all the time. I look for the elements to give me the energies of fire, of water, of, air, of earth, to assist me. I call upon the god and the goddess to assist me in my magic. I do these things all the time, and as many things as I can to ensure success I will use. But once you start doing this after a while, you will learn, and I've learned right now, if I don't have a yellow candle and I need a yellow candle, it's not going to matter. I can get the same effect using a white candle, right? As I can from a yellow or a blue. Any kind of a candle. I could get the same kind of effect using patchouli as I usually use dragon's blood or whatever I use. If I want to use a different herb, I know again because I know I have. The intention is there. The intention is there. It really helps when you use the correct materials, but if your intention is strong and you are well practiced, it's not going to matter. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not going to matter. You're still going to be able to succeed. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to say, but I've already quoted Tequila, I think, a couple times in this, and I'm not sure why. I think it's because I'm missing her. She hasn't been making videos, or I haven't seen any recently, and I really enjoy watching her. She's so funny. But she said in one of her videos, you know, she practices power. She practices every day. She practices her witchcraft every day. Her house is set up. Her table's in the front of her house, just like my table is here, where she does all her spell work and she does readings and she does stuff. When she comes home from work, this is where she comes and sits and does what she needs to do for the day. She's very well practiced. But she said something to I don't know what we're talking about. She was talking about Axine or something on what she said. I don't want to misquote her, but it was something to the effect of that she could take a man's dick without lighting any candles. And what she meant was that she has enough personal power from practice that she doesn't have to go through the ritual of lighting candles or incense or whatever. But you know, when you do, it just increases your power. That's what she was trying to say. And if your intent is there, you don't need the trappings. But it doesn't just happen overnight. You have to practice at it. And if you're going to practice and that's what you want, you need to practice. But you need to create a magical space in order to do it. You need to create that world that you live in that is a world of magic. A world of magic. A world when somebody is ill, you light a candle and you say a blessing. Or you light certain incenses or certain oils. And you keep the candle lit on an altar, whatever you do. That perfect world where you have your candles where you light when you want something to change, when you want to build up courage, when you want to have courage to go and speak in front of a group of people. How am I going to get courage? You can sit home and worry about it, or you can go and do something about it. You can do a spell. You can light a candle, get a candle out. Whatever candle color works for you for communication or confidence or whatever you want to find. And get your oils and get your incenses and say your intention, raise your energy. You will get what you want. The mind is a very, very powerful tool that we all have. We all have it. We don't know how to use it yet. We don't know how to use it. But this is why you do your practice as a witch. You practice using it, because if you don't use it for yourself, it can work against you. I just did a video. I don't know what order they will get put up. I just did a video on the Druidcraft Tarot, that I was sharing the Druidcraft Tarot and some of the unique meanings that we see in some of the cards. And I was, one of the comments was, let me see. I just put it down here. One of the comments is, it was for the Five of Pentacles, and I said, if you stay focused on all the negative energies, this was a quote that came out of the little book that comes with the deck. If you stay focused on all the negative energies that might happen, be careful, because your manifesting powers may start to create negative things. Your mind is just, your mind is that magical. Your mind is a magical world inside your head. I did a, I saw a meme the other day on Facebook. Somebody said, if you think of yellow cars, if all you can think of is yellow cars, you're going to start seeing yellow cars everywhere. And it's like the analogy when a woman is pregnant. I know this from experience. When a woman gets pregnant, everybody, the only people she sees are pregnant. It's like, is everybody pregnant? It's because that's what you have in your mind. You're pregnant, so you see the pregnant people first. If you think of a yellow car, you're going to see yellow cars. If you go out in the morning and you're angry, you're negative, everything is negative. If you're going to have negative, you're going to attract the negative, and you're only going to notice the negative. You're not going to notice the good. You're not going to notice what happens that's good. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you think. I know this for a fact, and those of us who are empaths know this is really the truth, because we have things that happen to us all the time that show us how it shows us. I have trouble, for instance, pulling cards for myself I say I keep bracelets on when I do reading, and I'm very clear. I tell the cards very clearly who the reading is for. When and I'm able to control that, and control the energies coming through using my stones and things. I'm very practiced at it, so I'm able to do that. But when I'm just dealing cards out in the day, like looking for today's card or whatever, I don't go through a lot of ceremony with that. I just deal the cards out and look. Because my point is, I'm just trying to get the basis of that exercise in the morning is just to get a card, trying to learn and get a little insight on what a card means. Not so much about what my day is going to be like, because I don't really read one card at a time. When I read it all, I would read, minimum of probably 3 cards. If I wanted to know how my day was or my week was going to be, I would read probably 3 cards. I like to have cards play off each other. When I read one card, I just get it out because I just want to try to learn the energies of the card. Okay, so anyway, I don't put a lot of protection on that. I don't put my bracelets on. I don't use sage to smudge the area, whatever. I just, wherever I am, pull out my cards, deal out the cards, and pull a card. So I am doing things all the time. Like when I'm stuck in a rut day after day after day, I pull the same card every day. I was looking at oracle cards, and I pulled the owl card 3 days in a row, but I think it was 3 days in a row, but 4 days within maybe 3 days time. So maybe 3 or 4 days time. I skipped 1 or 2 days in there that I didn't pull it. But other than that, I had it 4 times. That kind of thing happens to me all the time. I will pull, shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle. And here comes the King of Swords. Tomorrow, I shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and cut and shuffle and cut and shuffle and cut and shuffle. King of Swords. Like, this happens to me constantly. It has to do, I think, with something that I'm thinking of. Something I'm thinking, or the way I'm thinking, or something that I am pulling that card. I don't think in that instance that card is trying to talk to me. I don't think so. Maybe it's true, but I just don't feel that, because it's just like, I'll tell you why. Just as often this kind of thing happens to me. And it happens that it makes me laugh, and it's kind of funny that it makes me laugh. But I was so mad at my husband one day. I don't know what we were arguing about one morning. I might have just been in a grumpy mood, but in the morning I just was going off on him about this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that and this. And he finally just, he went off and he went to the store or something, went to do an errand. Oh, and he closed the door and I'm shuffling the cards. Oh, there he goes, well, blah, blah, blah on him. And this was the deviant moon, and I put the card down. I don't remember what card it is. I'd have to look at the deck. But if you have the deviant moon, it's a card with the poor man there and the woman, the wife or whatever, just berating this man. You can tell she's just on him, and he's just being beaten down by this woman going off on him. I created that card. I created that reality with what I was thinking. Right? I didn't create the card. I caused the card to be pulled. Every one of us has those kind of experiences all the time. That's the magical world. You want that kind of a world, or do you want a magical world where good things happen, where good things happen to you, where things happen that you want with your intention, where your intention is known and your intention is shown. Your intention is known and your intention is shown. Whatever you know your intention to be, you can show that in your own magical world. And that happens with magical housekeeping. Keeping your house, don't take me literally that it has to be in your house, physical house. It can be in your purse, it can be in your desk, it can be in your closet, it can be completely in your mind. It doesn't matter as long as you attend to it. As long as you attend to it. Hey! Who's moving? Sorry. Do not move. My dogs are under here. Do not move the camera. Calm down. This is not that big of a table. 2 golden retrievers do not fit under this table. Enough said. No, it's not enough said. Because they try to do it all the time. You cannot fit under there. Don't move. Everybody be calm. The magical housekeeping that you need to do. Practice your spell work. Practice your intentions. Practice. Practice using candles. Practice using, put up protections in your house. I don't care what kind. They don't have to be visible. If you go back and look at some of my old videos, I even have protections. I put up talismans. We made a talisman one time, a little compact mirror. In your purse, it looks like a compact mirror, but it's a talisman. These do not have to be evident. They don't have to be outside, but you need to practice using them. Practice saying your intention. Practice asking for what you want the world to show you. Okay? Practice what you want to manifest with your mind, in your reality, in your own world. That's what I talk about. So I keep track all the time in my book. I have this my control journal here. You don't have to write it down, but every day I write down what I need to do that day or what I want to do that week. And here I have the protection satchel. Has to go on. Has to go on, the coop. Get it done. Get it out of here. I don't just put here. I don't just put up here things that I want to do for housekeeping. That's just part of my everyday life. Just as much as what's for dinner, what is my card, what activity I do, what activity do I want to do. Oh, I just went to wine tasting. I want to write all about that. Like everything like that goes in here. But also my magical housekeeping is just important. Why wouldn't I keep track of that? A bill being paid. A bill being paid. Cleansing my altar. A bill being paid. Cleansing my crystals. Dinner. Going shopping for dinner. What do I need for dinner tonight? What do I need for my healing altar? Same kind of things. Okay? Just give it some thought. Just give it some thought. I would love to see a video response. I don't think people do very many video responses anymore, but if anybody was so inclined, I would love a video response. And tell me what you do for magic housekeeping in your home, or if you don't, or do you not. Okay? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. As always, I am the good wife, Rebecca, and I wish you blessings.